All right, and we are back here on the GSMC Sports Podcast. And for the second part of the show, we are going to talk about LeBron James as he is 1 point shy of 50,000 career points. And he's continuing to defy the odds at age 40, putting together another solid season. As the Lakers, they're playing really good, working their way up the Western Conference standings, although right now they're the 2 seed, and that's probably as far as they're going to get. They're not going to catch the Thunder. But, I mean, the 2 seed is still very good. But we talked a little bit about this yesterday, going through all the NBA stuff. But, like I said, he is continuing to defy the odds at now 40. And, he's talked about this. He's nearing the end. He talked about how long he could play. And, we're down to maybe the last, 2 to 3 years, maybe 2 years of his career, and then he's going to call it. But he could keep going. And we've had these conversations in our production meeting and how he could play till, some people are saying he could play till he's 50. I don't know if I go that far, but I think he could do what Tom Brady did. Play till, you're 45 and then you call it. Now, what Brady did was he retired and then he came back, and he probably should have just retired after the 2021 season because he was an MVP candidate. The Bucks, they made it to the second round of the playoffs, and they almost pulled off that comeback against the Rams. And then he retired, but then he came back, and the Bucks really weren't that good. Now, it wasn't all on him, but, it wasn't as good of a season as the previous year. And then you go out, your last game, you lose to Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. Now, I don't think it's going to happen with LeBron. I think LeBron's going to call it, and that's it. He's not coming back. But that's just me saying that. But it really just is impressive what he's able to do. And also in our production meetings, we've also had these conversations before about, playing into your 40s and why some players are able to do it and why others aren't following in their footsteps so they can continue to play as they get older and get into their 40s. Well, it takes a lot of work. There's a lot of sacrifice that goes into it. You got to change up your diet. You really got to commit to it. It's a commitment. And some players, and, it's not just dieting, but we'll talk about another player in the next segment who just continues to get hurt and, now is going to be shut down for the rest of the year. But anyways, yeah, it takes a lot. I mean, I don't know the specifics, but you could tell that there's a lot that goes into it to keep your body in the right shape. And also, you got to be a very good player. And LeBron James is an all-time great. Tom Brady's an all-time great. A lot of these guys that, are just starting out or into their careers, but, some of them aren't going to go into their 40s because you know what? They're not as great as these players. You also got to be able to play. That's the other thing, too. But this is nearing 50,000 points. He's going to be the first player to do that. And you look at, going down because there was a chart I was looking at. So LeBron right now is at, 1 point shy. So he has over 41, he almost has 42,000 points in the regular season. And then he has a little over 8,000 points in the postseason. And then the next closest player is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who is at 38,000 points in the regular season, and then almost 6,000 points in the postseason. Then you got Karl Malone, almost 37,000 points in the regular season, and then almost 5,000 points in the postseason. He's at almost 42,000 in total. Kobe Bryant is at 33,000 in the regular season, and then 5,600 in the postseason. He's at 39,000. And then you got Michael Jordan after that. Dirk Nowitzki, Kevin Durant, Will Chamberlain, Shaq, Tim Duncan, and so on and so forth. And LeBron also has been playing for a long time. I mean, you got to remember, he came into the NBA straight out of high school. And this season with the Lakers, he's averaging 24.8 points per game. And he got off to a slow start, too. Like, I remember one of my friends, I don't know if he was joking or being serious, but he's like, oh, this is where LeBron begins to fall off. Well, not so fast. And he's a big LeBron guy. Not so fast. You know, LeBron is still doing it. And now, on top of that, you know, you bring in Luka, and that takes a lot of pressure off of LeBron. It does. Because Luka's a guy that could drop, you know, I mean, we've seen him drop, 30 points now with the Lakers. But, you know, he could drop 40, he could drop 50. You know, the other night, what did he have? He had around 30 points. LeBron had 17. You know, LeBron at times could take a little bit of a backseat. And that could add more years to his career. Lakers are playing some really good basketball right now. And it'd be interesting if they go on a finals run and if they ended up winning it. Would LeBron just say, I'm done now? You know, I could retire on a high note. I don't know. But they're playing some really good basketball right now. And him and Luka are at the forefront. And the players around them, Austin Reeves and Hachimura, but those guys are dealing with injuries right now, so hopefully, you know, you get all of them back. But nothing is too significant. Jackson Hayes, we've been talking about him in our production meeting and how he's been playing. So, and Dalton Connect, I saw he had 19 points the other night off the bench. It's a good Lakers team. You know, and actually, you know, we got to talk about the Mavericks. You know, but quick update on them. So, Kyrie Irving got hurt last night, and they said it was a knee sprain, but my friend just said it. I think it's confirmed that he might have a torn ACL. I'm trying to see if I could find it, but my friend just said ACL confirmed. We will talk about the Mavericks tomorrow because what has happened since that Luka trade, I mean, they've gone in the complete opposite direction since the Luka trade. Oh, yep, so here it is. So Shams has reported that Kyrie Irving has suffered a season-ending torn ACL in his left knee. It is confirmed. And that is a devastating blow to the Mavericks. And right now it's just Klay Thompson now. Because Gafford, Lively, they're hurt. Anthony Davis is still hurt. Now Kyrie Irving is hurt. So we'll get into that tomorrow. But that is just... That's not what you want. That's not what you want. And they lost last night to the Kings. So it wouldn't surprise me if they just completely fall out of the playoff picture. But talk about a trade that has gone in the complete opposite direction for a team. But are you really surprised, though? Are you surprised? I know I'm not. But that's what the Mavericks decided to do. Mavericks fans got to be up in arms about that. But anyways, so the Lakers, they're playing tonight, I believe. They didn't play last night. They're playing tonight. They are going up against the Pelicans. So 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. They're 8.5-point favorites against the Pelicans. LeBron's going to do it tonight. We'll see history being made. So make sure to tune in for that. And then we'll kind of go through the other NBA action, actually. So Rockets and Pacers play tonight. That should be a good game. You got the Raptors and the Magic. I don't know why I keep saying Mavericks and getting Magic and Mavericks confused. Whatever. Raptors and Magic, not that great. The Bucks and the Hawks. Got the Warriors and the Knicks tonight. That should be a good game. Got the Cavs and the Bulls. The Sixers, we'll talk about them in a second, well, in the next segment. Sixers against the Timberwolves, the Nets against the Spurs, and then you got the Clippers and the Suns. So that's your NBA action tonight. LeBron James, he will get 50,000 points. So make sure to tune in for that. But let me know what you guys think about LeBron getting to 50,000 points. Let me know what your thoughts are on that in the comments. Before we go to break, though, I just want to remind you guys once again to tip or donate and get your comments recognized. Make sure to hit that super chat button in the chat if you want to see me acknowledge any thought or comment you may have throughout the live broadcast. Makes the show more lively, more entertaining between myself, the host, and you guys, the viewers. We appreciate you guys' viewership each and every day, so any contribution you can make to the show means the world to us as we put out content for you guys each and every day. And also, the other way to help out the show is by going to the link at the bottom of the show segment on the ticker, GSMCPodcast.net. That is GSMCPodcast.net. So, when we come back from our next break, we will talk about Joel Embiid, as the 76ers have officially shut him down for the season, and we will talk about what's next for them and Embiid. So, with that being said, stick around, and we'll be right back here on the GSMC Sports Podcast.